Fellow Toastmasters, welcome to this quick training on the Basecamp Manager role. After this presentation, you will understand the Basecamp Manager role and its tasks, and also be able to complete these tasks in less than 10 minutes each week. My name is Mark Wiltshire. I've been a Toastmaster for 4.5 years. I've been President of London Public Speakers, and I was also a Pathways Guide, helping 10 clubs learn and prepare for Pathways in District 91. Who here has started a path on Pathways? And where are you on Pathways? Have you completed level 1? Have you completed level 2? Have you completed a whole path? Who can tell me what the Basecamp Manager role is? Members use Basecamp to access Pathways. Basecamp is like the toolbox you use to access the content, and Pathways is like the content, the courses that you're taking. You as Basecamp Manager are effectively managing that toolbox, keeping it tidy and organised. Please note, the Basecamp Manager is not managing the meeting. It is managing the user's self-paced learning through the Pathways learning experience. However, note, it is recommended that the Vice President Education is your Basecamp Manager for your club, as they have the best understanding of who has completed what roles and speeches at each meeting, and therefore can validate users' progress. Here's the agenda for today's training session. We'll first give you an overview of each of the tasks the Base Manager has to complete. Secondly, we'll give you a checklist to help you complete these tasks in less than 10 minutes a week. And thirdly, we'll give you some extra resources and videos to help you, should you have any further questions. Here's the 5 tasks that you'll complete as the Basecamp Manager for your club. You have to validate level completion. This is like the gatekeeper to ensure that people are actually doing their speeches. Task 2, you'll complete the path and level completions for those members who are completing their education on printed materials. Effectively, you're managing their digital progress on Basecamp. Task 3, external projects and responding to external project requests. Task 4, tracking progress. Effectively helping your committee manage the club to ensure everyone is getting what they need from Toastmasters. And step 5, registering for any awards in Club Central. Important note, you have to register any awards on Club Central for both the old education programme, CCCL, ACB, etc., and any Pathway level awards. You have to log into Club Central on toastmasters.org and register for those awards. That's important for DCP points for your club. So task 1, validate level completion. As Basecamp Manager, you are the gatekeeper as you are validating people's progress through Pathways. Each time a member completes a level, they'll not be able to proceed to the next level until the Basecamp Manager has approved their progress. Therefore, you need to do this in a timely manner to ensure that members can open the new level and projects and continue their learning. You should, as a minimum, carry this task out every club meeting. So if your club meets weekly, every week, fortnightly, every fortnight. Please note that only the Vice President Education, the President and Secretary can log into the Basecamp Manager. Note, this can't be assigned to any other person. It's automatically allocated based on your role in Club Central. The login to Basecamp Manager is slightly different to the member login. As you're one of those roles in your club, you'll see an extra login box, as you see here, login to Basecamp Manager. The home screen in Basecamp is similar to your member login, but with 3 different options. Option 1 is pending requests. Here's where we manage the level completion and the external training requests. Member progress is where you track progress for members of Pathways in your club. Manager tutorials is where you can get extra help and training. Here we're going to click on pending requests. This is your inbox for requests, as I said, for both level completion and external training requests. Look for the level completion. Here they appear with the boxes icon. And click on the member name to view their transcripts. This will show you what path they're on and the required projects they need to complete. As VPE, you'll know what they have completed and the required projects for that level. If you're not sure, you can use the search box to review that member's path and the required projects for that path. Now you can check the green check to approve the request or check the red cross to deny it. Either way, you get an additional comment screen to submit back to the member. It's recommended that you always add your name and role in the comments to make it easier for the user to see who has passed these comments. To print certificates, you use the search box and start typing the member's name. It should start appearing in the drop-down, for example here. You click on the user to view their profile in Basecamp. Then you click on Transcript to view their training. Then open the curriculum for the path that they're currently working on. Then view details for the level they've just completed. And then select the last project, View Details. Then click on the Print Certificate, and this will open up the certificate where you can save and print it. Please note there's also ribbons available from Toastmasters International website for your club, and they can purchase and give to your member as recognition of their progress and achievement. Task 2, path and level completion when members are doing printed materials. This is very similar to the print certificates in digital. Remember, this needs to be completed for every project when a member is completing a printed version of material. You are effectively tracking their progress for them online. You log into Basecamp Manager, you search for the user using that top right search box. You then select the transcript in their profile and then open the path that they're working on. Open the level that they're on and click View Checklist in the project that they've just completed. Check the box to validate completion of this project and then hit Save. The page will reload to show you that it's completed. If there's a level completion, under Checklist, you can then print off the certificate under Attachments. Again, open in the PDF and print. Task 3. Did you know in Pathways you can complete projects outside your club? So if you're doing a presentation at work, for example, that maybe meets some of the requirements of a project you're doing in Toastmasters, you can ask to have that recognized as part of your progress and count towards your training. When you're logged into Basecamp as a club member, i.e. not Basecamp Manager, you can see options on the right-hand side. You can say Add External Training. And this will allow the member to request an external training to be counted for their Pathways learning. For the Basecamp Manager, it's very similar to the first task. You log into Basecamp Manager, view your pending requests. You'll now see, instead of the boxes icon, you'll see the inbox icon. And here you can see it's of type initial. So this is initial request, members seeing if their project at work or wherever outside of Toastmasters is valid for this project that they're doing. So you select the member's name to see the details. You view the project request, decide if it meets the assignment. If you don't know the project or path, you can click on Tutorials and Resources. Under here, search for the project description, then the preferred language, and then find the project and select it. Once you've reviewed the project, you can go back to your pending requests and then approve and deny this request. You again have the option to add comments back to the user. And I would again urge you and recommend you to add your name and your role so that members can easily see that. External project completion requests are very similar to the initial request. Here, the member has now completed their external project and they want to have that recognised and therefore proceed on to the next project in Pathways. Here you can see the same box icon in your inbox, but here it's now a completion request. As everything is now tracked digitally, you have a wealth of information in Basecamp Manager to see members' progress in Pathways. Today, we'll just look at the individual progress, as this is the best way to identify those members who are progressing well, and also those members who may be in need of more help or support in your club. You log into Basecamp Manager and select the member progress. And then select individual progress under options on the left-hand side. Under options on the right-hand side, ensure that you click refresh. It's recommended that you get into the habit of doing this every time you log into the member progress portion of Basecamp Manager. This ensures that you have the latest data. Each level has its own section on the page. Here we're looking at level 1. And for each level, you can move your mouse over the graph and a little triangle will appear on the right hand side. You can click on the view details, and on this you can see details about the members in each level. So here we have one member on the motivational strategies, one member on the strategic relationships, and 2 members on the team collaboration paths. Here, the view details, you can see exactly the members that are doing this paths and where they are in the status. So you can look under transcript status. Registered means they have just started, they've selected the path, but they've not actually opened a project to begin. In progress means they have launched a project to start. You also have the completion percentage on the right hand side there, so you can see how far through the project they're doing. Our top tip here is to print this out for each level so you can track members' progress. It's recommended that you get in the habit of checking these tasks once a week, usually best just after the meeting. Firstly, go into your inbox and process any entries that you see in there. So you'll see level completion requests and also any external training requests. If any level completion requests, your club prints out the certificates and hands them to users, then you do that at the same time as well. Next, if you've got anyone in your club progressing on printed materials, then you would validate, and they've had any progress on their speeches or projects, you would validate that for those members as well. Next, you'll print out individual progress report. This is a great way so you can compare previous weeks, how people have progressed. You'll also be able to then identify members who maybe need some extra support, help from your club to make progress. Finally, if anyone has completed an old education or old award, a CC or a CL, or even a DTM, or a Pathways level, you also have to register this with Club Central. This is important for the DCP points. Here's some extra resources and help that you can find to hopefully provide you some more useful information. Basecamp itself has some great training, both in manuals and in videos, and I recommend you go here first if you have any issues or queries. The best place to find this is in the search box in the top right-hand side of your screen. There's also the D91 Pathways group. There's also the Facebook International Toastmasters Pathways discussion forum. Here, both of these you can go and ask questions, and there's a wealth of people available there who can support you. There's also some other videos and other tips that I created as a Pathways guide on my home club, London Public Speakers Club website. If you look under Members Tools, there's a whole set of videos and tips and tricks that I've been adding as I've been progressing my Pathways journey. So to review what we covered today. 1, we showed you what the Basecamp Manager role is. We showed you the tasks that Basecamp Manager enrolled needs to regularly complete. Task 1, the level completion for digital and print certificates. Task 2, project and level completion on printed materials. Task 3, processing external project requests. Task 4, tracking progress. And Task 5, registering those awards in Club Central. Secondly, we gave you that checklist to help you complete these tasks in under 10 minutes a week. And finally, we gave you some extra resources that you can help you in the future. Thank you for your time. I trust you found this useful.